All right, Michael Bedwell. We're recording. We're on. You're the main event of the evening. That means a lot. And this is your second time being on Flashpin as the main event. And this time it happens to be against Tucker Keating. How you feeling?
I feel very confident. I'm not taking the match lightly at all. I know he's got a lot of years on me, but I think my willingness to not give up and not make the wrong moves. I know to be patient, and I think it's going to work out in my favor.
And remind me, this match is 3 of 5, 2 of 3.
I think it's 3 of 5. It's for the belt.
Yeah. So 3 of 5. Okay. And you're saying you're not taking this match lightly. What are your expectations? What do you expect out of him?
I don't know what to really expect. I think first round we're both going to go high. And I think I'm going to definitely win round 1, and then he's going to make some adjustments. And it's just a matter of whether or not I feel comfortable with making the adjustments with him, or, do I stick with my move? There's going to be a lot of questions on how I feel once I get set up in the setup, once he makes his adjustments. And then I will make my adjustments off of that and work on the things that I have been working on to counter what we think he is going to do. What he did to me last time that we did pull. I've ran that back 100 times back and forth in my head, and I'm not going to allow it to happen this time. And, I've worked on my defense of that. I've been murdering my side pressure. My side pressure is absolutely through the roof. So I really hope that he can even stand a chance against that.
Yeah, and you feel really confident that first round is going to go in your favor.
100%, and I think we probably end up going to the strap. Maybe not. We'll see first round. And I'm just going to play round by round. I'm not going in there with a big head thinking that I'm just going to be able to do what I need to do, and win it. He's smart, and he's got a hell of a coach in his corner also. So. That plays a big part.
The coach being his father, right?
Correct.
Yeah. One that you've pulled before, so he's definitely felt your hand and know. But that leads me into the weight that we're talking here is 242 plus, right? Am I correct in that? So would it be?
We're pulling at 230.
This is 230.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm mistaken there. Okay, so that's a very interesting to me. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is
he agreed to cut weight. Dustin called me and said he wanted the match at 232. So that's where we're meeting at, is 232.
232. Well,
so I've been sitting here ever since East First West. I've been sitting around between 230 and 240, fluctuating back and forth, messing with certain things in my diet to dial it in.
Can you say where you're at right now?
What's that?
I said, can you say what you're weighing right now?
235.6 right now.
Oh, so you're sitting wonderfully.
100%.
How you feeling?
This has been the shortest but the most intense prep that I've had to do. I picked it up 4 weeks ago after Nate had to fall out. I was training, but that's why I do what I do. That's why I train year round and I never stop, is because you never know when that opportunity might come available, and I don't want to have excuses.
Yeah, I can get behind that. It's champion mindset. So if you were to say what's the most difficult thing right now about your prep this time around, is it the short time period?
Yeah, especially after just pulling that tournament in Dallas and then going right back and pulling with Devin right-handed. That was probably not the best decision that I made.
Yeah.
But I also learned a lot with that. And I was able to come home. I was able to start implementing that right away. The very next day, I was out here training what Devin had discussed with me and what I felt I needed to work on to make things stronger.
Yeah. How did that go with Devin? With pulling with
It
him?
went good. Like I said, I mean, obviously that's an animal, man. That's
definitely
not a I say I'm nationally ranked, and then you have your world level guys, and then you have your elite. Well, he's at the elite, so for me, just to be able to get the opportunity enough to grip up with him and actually feel him, and he was fresh, as fresh as expected after 5 days of pulling.
Yeah.
And I was not fresh. I had trained the night before. That day we had put our dog down before I went to Austin.
Never a fun thing.
So I was kind of out of it. I trained my ass off the night before because we made the decision, like, hey, the dog's got to be put down, but it's got to happen. So I kind of really went above and beyond before I went and arm wrestle with Devin because I didn't know how it was going to go that day, whether I was actually going to be able to make it with Devin or not.
Yeah.
So, but I got lucky and did make it. So it was an awesome experience.
Yeah, I think it was amazing for everybody. I think everybody's, we're really, I think the arm wrestling community as a whole is just so blessed to have him as an ambassador for our sport. What a special individual that he is. But anyways, with Tucker Keating, we're a week out. What are your expectations from him? What do you think he's doing right now? Do you think that he's got to be taking you 1,000% serious?
Yeah, 100%. I don't think that he's, looking at taking this match lightly either. And if he is, then, he's going to have a rude awakening.
Sure.
I really hope, he is taking it serious, and, I'm not going to speak on his behalf because I don't know. But if he's not taking me serious, he's going to learn that, I am the real deal at this weight, and I'm going to be a contender at this weight for a very long time. And, I made a decision to get out of the 220 class. It wasn't nothing else other than a decision that I wasn't cutting weight like that anymore for 220.
Yeah.
I feel really comfortable at 230. I can arm wrestle with the big guys, and that's going to help me grow and get stronger. And then I can sit right here at my 230, between 230 and 235, and I got to change one meal the day before I compete, to make weight. I can do that.
Yeah. So when you look at this match between you and Tucker, visualizing it and your win, how do you see that going? Is that something that you're okay with talking about? How do you see that win happening?
I think the first round I'm going to catch him off, and then, like I said, he's going to reset, and he's going to go a little bit lower on my hand to have more hand control, and we'll just let the cards play out how they play out after that.
Yeah. And I think that's fair. I think that's a very fair mindset. You're not the only person that talks like that, where it's like, there's adjustments will be made on both ends, and we'll let the cards fall where they fall. So you take this win. What does that mean for you? I know what it means for me in my mind as a huge fan of the sport, as a huge fan of Texas arm wrestling, huge fan of Tucker Keating, and a huge fan of Michael Bedwell. I know what it means for me. What does it mean for you?
I mean, honestly, to only be in the sport for 4 years and being able to compete at this level against guys that have been doing it for 10 plus years, it's an amazing feeling anyways. but after that, I think, hopefully it'll open some eyes around the country, and maybe, I'll get some guys inviting me to other tournaments and super matches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's our ultimate goal, right?
Yeah.
I've worked my ass off since I've been out here. I finally got into a job position to, where I'm not so much at turning wrenches anymore. So I'll be able to recover a little bit better. I will be able to eat a little bit more. I won't miss as many meals. I mean, last week I missed lunch almost every day. So
well, yeah, not a good thing for Michael Bedwell, I understand.
No, not a good thing, especially being out in the heat, turning wrenches, but you don't have that time to stop and eat. I just, as soon as I get a chance, I eat, and then I get home and I eat again, try to get my calories back in. That's the only way I can do it. But I just try to stay hydrated throughout the day.
Yeah. Well, I think it's very exciting. People may not know that you previously had a match set up with Ryan Carter, which is huge. You had a match with Ryan Carter before, and you said, I'm going to keep moving up. And there was no, I wouldn't say like there is no Michael Bedwell running from Ryan Carter. That is not in existence. You have better things, bigger things that you wanted to achieve, no question.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: is why am I going after a state ranking whenever I'm higher nationally than him? If he wants me, he can call me out. I'm not chasing a state ranking. State ranking doesn't mean shit. Nobody looks at a state ranking and says, "Hey, I want this guy at my event." Nobody wants that. They want the guys that are going above and beyond their weight classes and being a small guy and dominating. That's what my goal is.
Yeah.
So whenever
getting outside of that, moving away from that idea, is what you're saying. Moving out of the state side, whatever. That you're looking bigger. You're looking.
Yeah, bigger. The rankings that matter to me is a national ranking.
Yeah. And where do you see your weight landing? Like if you're looking at heavyweights. You're looking at to be as big as possible. Where do you see you landing permanently in your weight class?
Probably around 230. This is gonna be my cut to weight.
Okay.
My ultimate goal, after this match, I probably will work. I'll probably pull a little bit more throughout the summer, but after that, I'm going to just train. I won't be going to events. I won't be doing anything like that. I'm just going to take some time off. I'm going to train, and I'm going to eat, and I'm going to get big, and I'm going to get strong. I'm going to be the strongest person whenever I come back and I cut down to 230 and I'm pulling the 242 guys. Like, I'm not going to look 230. I'm not going to feel 230. I'm going to be steamrolling motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's my goal. Like, I want there's going to be no questions. That's what I want.
Yeah. Cool. Well, Tucker's going to see this. He's going to see this interview. I would venture to say anything that you want him to know, you want him to hear before this weekend.
Just I hope you're healthy, brother. I hope you're ready to put a name out there for Texas, because either way, win or lose, me or you, win or lose, it's going to make a statement, because it's going to be fucking fireworks. That's just all there is to it. It's not going to be easy for either one of us. I don't plan on it to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but there will be fireworks and there will be some emotions at the table. I just hope you're ready, because I'm coming in like nothing you've ever seen me before. You've never pulled me in a super match. You have never seen me in a super match style. I go to a whole new level, a whole new dimension. So just be prepared.
Michael Bedwell, thank you very much